In the third segment of this series, I explained how the lack of oxygen in classrooms impacts higher order thinking and memory, and how COVID relief money could be used to improve indoor air quality in schools in a way that not only lowers the risk of COVID infection, but also helps improve student learning 1 or 2 letter grades. The next set of slides that I'm going to show you have to do with how we monitored our schools and applied the scientific research that we participated in reading. The first thing I want you to understand is that the optimal level for learning is somewhere above 700 and below 800. So the best level for learning you can see here is in the green line. Kids come in the morning, you can see here at about 7 a.m. And what you're seeing is the rise in carbon dioxide. As there are children, more and more kids in the classroom, they're breathing in more and more oxygen, fresh air, and breathing out more carbon dioxide, and then doing that over and over and over again. You can see that at some point they go out to lunch, and when they do, the carbon dioxide levels drop, and then when classes are over, they drop again. In this particular class, since around 800 is the optimal learning level, you can see that the students will face some challenges. This is the meters we used. We placed them in over 200 classrooms in a number of school districts. The antenna on the side is the way we got the data. It was broadcast to us by internet. We took a photograph of the meter, and you'll note there's a model number and a monitor number. The K912 here is the classroom number, and the GW Carver is the name of the school and the date at which we did the research. We place the meter and we leave it there for 5 classroom days. We prepare a report based on the data that was sent up into the internet, and we give it to the school systems. This is the report for that particular classroom. So you might ask yourself, how would I feel if my child or grandchild attended this specific classroom? Note that the area where the green arrow is pointing at the optimal carbon dioxide levels. It's also a weekend. And so on Monday, the levels began to rise. This is another classroom, different school system. How would you like your kids or grandkids to spend all day, all school year in this building? I want to remind you that 1/2 of our nation's schools have indoor air quality that lower learning. And often that's associated with the age of the building. You'll see where we've taken the extreme right column and made it red, that's when we had what I called the flat line. The CO2 levels exceeded 2,000 parts per million for a substantial portion of the day. In this particular building, the building was renovated in 2009, again in 2012, and you can see how powerful an impact that had on student learning. You can also see it at the bottom there, where the building was constructed in 81, 205, and 217, and the students who attended that class, by and large, had a much better learning environment. High carbon dioxide reduces learning for 40% of all students 1-letter grade, and 2-letter grades for 10% of all students, mostly in older, poorer schools. There's $193 billion in COVID stimulus funding that can fix this, aimed at just K-12. There's $168 billion for all education. But if we work together, with all the talk there is about rebuilding the infrastructure of America, this is a huge opportunity to reduce COVID infection rates and change the American school system. Thank you very much.